Good evening, guys. How's the Josh? Good evening. Am I audible? Yes, no. Okay. All right. So, have you all gone through the previous topics that we have covered? Don't say no, please, because we have worked so hard now. Okay. So, please go through the sessions. Don't miss any of the session because every sessions are like so important. I cannot emphasize on that because this is your building, right? So, you have to, है ना? Right? Not of Saturday, but rest of done. Okay, cool. Okay. So, any of the doubt that you have from the previous sessions? Any of the things that you want me to cover? Uh, no doubt. That's great. Super. So, if you have no doubt, then no. Today we'll cover some more problems, है ना? Based on what we have already covered, such as no the problems with the arrays. Or no, sorry, no arrays not covered, right? So problems with the if-else statements, loops that we have covered, and then we also go through some pattern problems today, so that your logic building skills would be much more improved. Okay, so this kind of things we will look upon it for today. And in the previous sessions we have learned a lot of things, and last session I think so was the doubt session. In that I have also explained about the hosting, about the concept through the function expressions, what is the difference between function declaration and function expressions. The dip down we have gone through with the hosting part with respect to the variables and the functions. And I also gone through with the scopes, like global scopes, and what does the importance with the global scopes, and a lot of things with the debugger, and how to debug all those things we have covered. Ria's ternary operators, which will no I will cover it by today, and I'll look into it for today, and you will get understanding of the ternary operators from the today's session, so keep attention on this, है ना? Cool. ठीक है. So I guess so 45 people have joined till now. So let's wait for another 5 to 6 minutes more. So we'll start our session at 8:08. Okay. How am I doing, Hariharan? I'm doing really great. I'm really enjoying teaching you guys, because you guys are really enthusiastic and hardworking. So I like to teach in this kind of batches. To be honest, you guys are really awesome. You know? So keep don't lose your hopes. Don't lose this energy. I want to see this spark to the till the end of the lecture, till the end of the session of this particular course. Okay, cool. Uh, we are also enjoying your way. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure. I'll teach you how to debug one more time today. Okay, no problem on that. Okay, so we'll start our session for today at 8:08. Okay, na? Cool. Till then, just wait for another 3 minutes. Nishan, this is something that I enjoy doing. Like, if you do something which you are enjoying, you don't feel that you are working hard and late hours. So the same case is for me. I am teaching since my I think so college first year, or after 12th, because after 12th also I was doing a lot of courses in terms of math, physics, and chemistry. I was teaching the math, physics, chemistry to a lot of students of 12th standard, and that was also I was pretty much enjoying. So I found that in teaching is something what is my passion, so after my long hours of working also I like to do this. If you tell me that, sir, please teach us till 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., I will not feel that much of tired. You have also observed that I don't feel so much of tired or so much flow after 10:30 or 11. I don't sleep this much of early, so this is my routine hour, so I'm pretty much comfortable in this particular time, so that's something which I like. Jasleen, I am not a React developer. I'm a full stack developer. So I do Node.js, Vue.js, React.js, MongoDB, as well as .NET Core. Also, I've worked upon. I've also worked upon the Power Apps. So I've worked upon like multiple things. Also Java, little bit. Also I've worked upon the core Java and advanced Java in that much of part also. Yeah, React Native as well. Because if you know React, then React Native will be the piece of cake for you. Some syntax difference would be there, but otherwise it's fine. है ना? Uh, Likit, my company is right now software solution, but I've worked on a lot of projects which you might know see in the real time. So that's so just I also told you in my first introduction. It was on the first session that I worked on a lot of wallet apps that the like big startups that you are right now working on. So I cannot name that due to NDA compliances, but right now my company software solution. In my leisure time also I work with LearnPeak, that is one of the leading platform with the training and this kind of things. And I am also working right now with the Relevel. I also in the past also I worked on the with an academy. So I'm doing these things parallelly. So I'm pretty much like comfortable with this particular things, and my experiences right now are like 7 plus in this particular domain. डिबगिंग करना हिंदी में एक बार बता. ओके 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 ठीक है विकास, आई विल ट्राई टू एक्सप्लेन इट इन हिंदी. आई एम नॉट सो मच फ्लुएंट इन hindi, but I'll try to do this. Have you worked on auto check-in concept? Yeah, this is something known as CI/CD. I guess so. You are asking me that, Jasleen. You are asking me about the CI/CD concept. So CI/CD is basically whenever you commit anything in your server, it will automatically get deployed on particular environment, such as development or UAT or production. This kind of environments. What is this? I'll brief you this when we are working on actual project, but this is something what is relatable, है ना? So this is something a part of the DevOps. I also know something DevOps, है ना? I also worked on Azure. I also worked on AWS AC2 instance server. So all those things I know, and I worked on this. Hariharan, I have not touched upon what is parse int and parse float, but you can know right now if you want to ask me, then I can tell you that parse int is something that will convert any value into the integer, and parse float is convert any value to the float. Parse means conversion basically. है ना? Uh, Geofencing concept? No, I don't know, Jocelyn, to be honest. When we will be building web apps soon, Nilanjan, very soon, because first I need to clear up your concepts of JavaScript is pretty much important. Then we'll understand the Node.js, and then we'll actually deploying and developing the Node.js APIs. So at that time you will build something called as web apps. But first of all I need to cover up your DSA concepts. That's all. That will also will cover it today somewhat, basic concepts. ठीक है. Uh, I'm from Ahmedabad, Ankit, right now. I'm based on Ahmedabad right now. Parsing means convert a string to integer. Likit will see in detail what does this mean. But this something means with the conversion. You can right now you can understand that. It's like when you go to nearest shop, you can okay, okay. You can get shops advertisement and notification message. Okay, that's cool. I'll read upon this. When we are going to use the VS Code today, we'll use today. If you want to use like till like from our first lecture also we can use this VS Code, but it's not the thing that no we have to use VS Code only. VS Code is just a IDE, है ना? Is IDE. ठीक है? Is IDE means independent development environment. That means it will make you comfortable with the coding terms, such as it will show you some auto suggestion, and it will help you with the debugging parts. It will also help you with the memory parts in the later on. You can also install some extensions in VS Code. So VS Code is a IDE. You can code in this, but it's not that you can just code in this. You know, there's a difference between that. So right now I'm teaching with the pure vanilla development. That that will not require anything. If you have one system without any software, then also you can work on it. You know, I'm teaching that way because right now you are working on the console of JavaScript. Okay, if you want me to do the code in VS Code, I can also do this. There's no issue in that. Okay. Okay, Joseph, I'll explain once again what is debugger. Don't worry. How to submit the assignments? I think so. There's a link in the assignments part. You can just upload the your code and just paste the link over there, Vikas. Ankit, that's great that you are offered the Node.js development job, developer job. So it's depend on like the company, and it's depend also on your wish that you want to take it right now or not. But if you have some more leisure time, and you can devote some more time in that, you want to learn something new, then you can definitely go with this. DSA, when will we start? Arpit, right now also we are focusing on DSA, na? Because in DSA also you will use this concept such as if else loops. So right now we are working on this, है ना? So it's also one part of a DSA. So right now also you can say that we are learning DSA, basic DSA, and right today we'll solve much more problems with the basic problems of the DSA. In the next class we will solve the advanced problem with this particular problems. Okay? So this week is entirely oriented to the practice part. I'll give you the questions. You have to solve it. You have to give me the logic. Together we will build something new in the problems. Okay? That sounds good. Vanilla, that means pure. Jayesh, vanilla, that means pure. Like if you eat some ice cream, such as chocolate or strawberry, any flavor will be there. It will be added in a vanilla ice cream. Like vanilla flavored would be there. In this vanilla only, you can add some flavors like chocolate or strawberry. So vanilla is a base. That's what I told. Like I am teaching you the base. VS Code is right now a flavor, you know, and our browser is a vanilla part. So we are coding in a vanilla JavaScript, or you can say that we are coding in a vanilla term or core term. We are not using any ID. We are not dependent on any ID. But if VS Code is like awesome software or awesome IDE, I can say we should use it in order to ease our development. But right now, I don't feel so we should use it. But then also I'll use it if it's okay, because you guys can pretty much comfortable with this particular VS Code, how to use it and how to work with it. So we'll use the VS Code from now onwards. Don't worry on this. Yeah, Sakib, I'll show how to debug the code in VS Code, but I'll prefer that don't do this more often, because if you are working in really big project, suppose if I can take my example, then I'm working in a project that is having 150 micro apps. So what is micro apps? Just for now, ignore that. Take a work. What is micro apps? Ignore that for now. But I'm working with the 150 plus micro apps project right now. So each micro app is having a lot of code, so I cannot debug each and everything here, but I can debug that in a browser. Okay, so browser debugging, if you are pretty much safe. Okay, that's what I am focusing on today, or in the previous class also. Okay, but I'll also show you how to debug in that. No worries. As a Node.js developer, what is actual role? So Ankit, a Node.js is basically to develop APIs. So if I can give you the example, then if you book any order, or if you want to click on any button, then that button should act as a mediator between you and the company. Such as, if I can show you in the my screen, let me share my screen. Okay. So, for an example, if I go in the Amazon, okay, Amazon website. So right now, if I'm clicking on the sign in page, okay, so you can observe, if I'm clicking on the sign in page, then you can observe that, see, the URL has changed completely. Your page is completely redirected to another page. You are seeing right now one checkbox, sorry, one text box. In that you have to enter your mobile number. In that you have to enter your email also, and email or mobile number. You have to click on continue. If I'm clicking on continue, right now it's showing me the validation. So this is some part of the APIs. So in the backend part, if you see, if I'm clicking on the sign in button, so in the backend part, some code is written on this sign in button. It is firing one API. Through that, it is redirected to some another page. So you will be develop this kind of functionality, this front end would be given to you because you are working on the back end part. So you need not to worry how this logo is looking now. What is the color of this button? I don't like it. You don't have to bother about this. You are just bothering about the functionality. If I'm clicking on this button, then this validation message should be fired. This is your part. This is your job as a Node.js developer, you know, or as a any backend developer. If you can take any technology. Am I clear with this, people? What is a part of your as a Node.js? I hope this should be clear, right? Likit, you are interested in Python. I want. To clear with 3 level exam. I want learning Django. Likit, I think so. They will be asking some questions. That will be language independent. I guess so. I'm not too much sure. You can just ask and you can just connect with the student advisor for this. But I'm pretty much sure that most probably they will just ask you the concepts, not the language oriented. But you are, if you know the concepts in Python, you can also implement in the JS. Development part, or any developer, any software developer is not dependent on any language. So if I can take my example, then initially I had learned .NET, then I learned Java. Right now I'm working in totally JavaScript environment, that is Monstack. I'm working as a full stack developer in a Monstack. So so if I don't know the concept, then I couldn't work in node and .NET also. I couldn't work in Java also. And right now also I couldn't work in the JavaScript environment also. The concept should be there and should be clear with you. If that is clear, then you can work on any language or any environment. That is not the important thing. That Ankit, about the lead code, after this class you can work on lead code. I'll guide you how to do that, can just go on the lead code and you can just focus on the basic problems of loops and somewhat the pattern problems also you can solve after this class. Take today's class. I have to learn DS also for backend. DS is necessary for every developer. I think so. DS is your heart. Without the heart you cannot breathe, right? So without the DS you cannot survive in any language. I feel so. So DS is like your best buddy. You have to make up with that. That should be clear with you, right? DS is not like you don't have any alternatives. DS should be there because DS is just a core of the fundamentals and core of the concepts. You cannot omit that. Can we use Vim for JavaScript? We can use anything. Yes, Amit you can use. Amit you can use. Yeah. Screen not visible. Only face is your visible. Created a Amazon API in which we can. Oh, that's great, Ankit. Cool. ठीक है. API means okay. We are working with the data also. Yeah. Uh, Yunus, we will be working with the data in backend. We'll be developing APIs for that. Don't worry. In our live projects, so we have a three projects. We'll be developing three or four projects. First will be the e-commerce application. In that we will be using MySQL in the database, in the Node.js for the API development, and yeah, that's pretty much of it. And if you were in the full stack, then in the front end we were using React. Okay, okay. So yeah, let's start with today's topic. That's pretty much of the doubts and the introduction part. Okay. So for today's part, we will be covering this some advanced topic with the problems in the JavaScript. Okay. I'll be giving some problems with respect to the JavaScript. What is the conditional statements? We have already covered pretty much, but I will be focusing more on that. I'll giving you more problems with the conditional statements as well as the iterative statements. Okay. What is the functions? We will look into it in detail right now. And then after this will be MCQs that you have to solve on your own, and practice question that will be covered by you from your own. Okay. Cool. Okay. So we already know this about this conditional statements. Okay. But uh, for those people who are not clear with this, and those people who want to know pretty much strong with it, let's cover it in once again. What do I mean by the conditional statements? Okay. So that we can everyone can be on the same page and we can quickly move on the problems part. Okay. Till this point, am I clear? Like what is the agenda of today? Am I clear with everyone? What we'll be going through today, everyone is clear, right? है ना? So I guess we have 73 people online today. I want answer from everyone. Can I expect this, please? Everyone should please participate, है ना? so that I can resolve your doubts and I can teach you well, and you can make a really good code, है ना? ठीक है? Cool. ठीक है. So what I mean by the conditional statements, I mean by that is, if I say that, uh, if 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 this is there, like if I can say that, to be honest, in the real life example that I always take of my brother, है ना? So I am a younger brother in my family, so I have a elder brother. I always order to him to complete my tasks, such as like routine tasks. I tell my brother to go stationery store or to go any automobile store, है ना? And I really like two wheelers, such as Apache bike or any other bike. Really like bikes. Okay, so I tell my brother that please go to the any bike store, and if my bike, such as Royal Enfield, you can say, okay, Royal Enfield bullet bike, okay, if this bike is there in store on in stock, you can bring out to me, you can buy for me, you can buy it there for me, okay. If this bike is there, then and then you will have to buy, otherwise you have to return without buying anything, okay. So this is my condition, this is my condition that, if this bike is there, my bullet bike is there, then only you should buy, otherwise you shouldn't, okay. So this is a condition. So in our code also, in our coding environment also, there are some specific task or some specific requirements that should be condition based, that should be condition based. You will use this till the end of your life. If you are a developer, then you will use this particular condition based statements till the end of your life. It will not have any kind of any other alternative is not there. You will just use this condition based. It can be either of two ways, such as one is if, second one is else. These both are interconnected. If you use else, then you have to use if. What do you mean by that? What I mean by this is, if I say that, uh, for an example, if car's color is red, okay, then I should buy a cover for it. So in Amazon, if you see, they are pretty specific with your every other requirement. So they will ask your data. So if I remember, when I was developing, or when I was working with this kind of things, I was testing the API of Amazon, and in that, they were asking me the some to put some kind of data. So for an example, if I have a car, such as I have a car of i20, okay, i10. So in i10, I have color of silver. So that is a pretty much simple thing, that if you have a car of silver color, then nobody will buy cover. Or you can also understand this example by this way, that if you are buying some breads, then there is a higher probability, or there is a higher chance that you will also buy butter for it, you know. There will be there will be very less people that will only buy bread or only buy butter. There is a high probability that if you are buying bread, then you will also buy butter, right or not? Right? ठीक है ना? So they will work like this. So they will ask your data and they will show you suggestions. So if you are buying bread, then in the suggestion part you will see butter. Okay. So for now I'm just uh, telling you, just for the sake of this example, because I want to make this concept clear to with you about this statements or about this if and else. Okay. So if you are buying bread, so I need to, if you are buying bread, then show butter also. Okay. And this is not a code, this is a pseudo code. Pseudo code, that means code in a English language. Okay. Okay. So pseudo code can be written in this way also, like, if you are buying bread, then show butter suggestion. And if you are not buying bread, then you can probably show else part. Like if you are not buying bread, so this part would be executed. So in that you can show uh, item from past history. Okay. So if I implement this code, then there would be higher probability that my butter and bread sales would be increased. Okay, there would be higher probability that this sale would be increased or this sale would be increased. Yes, no. Okay, there are plenty of millions of people that would be everyday buying and shopping from Amazon or from every other site. Yes, yes, yeah. Shivam has a good point, right? Because he's saying that Xiaomi is saying that if you are buying iPhone, then since I charger is removed from iPhone box, so if you are buying iPhone, that's a pretty cool example. Then show suggestion of charger along with this, because you anyway you need to charge your phone because you are buying a phone and you don't have a charger in box. So anyway you have to buy a charger, right? Otherwise, show iPhone. Okay. If you don't want to buy iPhone, then also you have to show iPhone, right? तो cool. ठीक है. Yes, yes, no, people agreeing with me, है ना? Cool. ठीक है. So similarly, similarly in our example also, like if I can show you the example now, right now if I'm show you the example now, then see in this condition, so if you have to like you have to start your statement with the if, writing if, then this would be a condition. This condition would be the boolean condition. I already explained you what do you mean by the boolean, है ना? What do you mean by the boolean, people? If you have revised and if you have covered, then you will know it. So yes, Naina, that's very good. Zero or one, true and false. Good, people. Navneet, great. Deepa, great. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so this is something known as a boolean value. Okay, so this condition would be having boolean answer that will be either true or false. If this condition is true, if this condition is true, then this statement would be executed. If this condition is not true, that means this condition is false, then it will go after this else if or in the else. Okay. So if I need to show you, yeah, I'll explain you what is else if. Else if. Okay. So else if, that means I will tell you that if you have a marks 90, I remember that we covered this example in like two lectures back, I guess so. That if you have a marks 90, then your grade is A. Your marks is between 18 to 80 to 89, then grade B, and similarly to grade F. Okay, we have covered this example. So in that, how what was our approach? That was that if my marks is equals to 90, then you have to print that console. This is your statement. Console dot log grade is A. Okay. Now again I have to check. If this is not true, then I have to check if my marks is greater than 80, and if my marks is less than 89, then my grade is B. Remember we did this, है ना? So if you need to check two conditions in one code, then you need to use first if, then second else if. Okay? But conventionally, if you just want to check one condition, that means if like in our previous scenario, if user is buying, if buy item is equals to iPhone, then console.log show charger. ठीक है? Otherwise, that means in my else part, otherwise you need to show from the purchasing history, like user purchase history. Show from history or cache. What is cache? We'll learn it. So cache, that means some part of your browsing history that will be stored on a browser, and that particular website that will use your particular browser memory in order to show you something, such as Google Ads. And if you observe, then if you are buying a MacBook, then everywhere you can see the ad of MacBook. If you are buying some perfume of Fog or any other brand, then you will everywhere you will see some advertisement of the that particular product that you have searched for. So that is coming from the cookies or something called as a cache memory. It's something known as a cache memory. It's also known as cache or cache memory. Okay? Yes. Okay? Cool. Up to this point, okay na? If we search something, yeah, cache memory stored in the browser, yes, yes. We can also use this as checking bank balance is empty or not. Yes, we can check it. Okay, so this would be your base part. This if and else, I cannot tell you that how many times that we will use this particular if else if you will use particular this particular checking part or statement checking parts in your code. I cannot tell you how many times you will do it. That will be infinite times that will use it. Okay, today also I can, like, I am experienced developer, we also use it for many times in our day. Entire day you will use it, so if you learn it properly, you will not have any issues. Okay, so if you know that this condition would be returning me true or false, if this returns true, then this would be executed. If return false, then my execution flow would be execute this next line, that would be else. Without the if, else would not be executed. And without the if you just write else, then it's wrong. Syntactically it's wrong. Okay, but alone if it can be exist, if you just write if this only, it would be great. It will not give you any error. But if you just write this only, this part only, without writing this if part, it would give me error. Am I clear with this point? Yes, do while is in the JavaScript. We'll learn it. Okay, up to this point, any doubt? This is already done. This is something that is already done. Cool. Okay. Okay. ठीक है. So this is something a problem number one. Our problem number one for today. I'll just give you some time to think about it. Okay, one doubt is from Vaibhav. When will happen when in if and else condition will be the same? Vaibhav, Vaibhav. Can you tell me, Vaibhav, that see, if this if is returning me the true condition, like true value in this condition, then I need to execute what? This block, right? The if block I need to execute, right? Right, Vaibhav? You know? But if this block is not true, like this condition is not true, it will anyway go in the else. Do this else require the condition to be executed? Yes, no, no, right? So there would there would not be any case where the condition of if and else would be the same, because else is not having any condition. If this if condition is wrong, then anyway it would be go in the else condition without checking anything. Okay, right? Okay, okay, ठीक है ना? Okay, Vaibhav, am I clear? Yes. Okay. So he's asking something else. He's asking me that he's asking me that, sir, if I have one condition in if, that means if I have that marks equals to 90, then I need to do something this, and then else if the same condition is there, then what would happen, right? Vaibhav, you are asking me the same. In this scenario, what would be executed, this one or this one? है ना? You are asking me the same, Vaibhav. ठीक है? Okay. So can anyone tell me from here what would be the answer of this? So if I can tell you the, if I can print on this that console dot log 90, and here I can print console dot log 100. What would be the printed in the screen, on the screen? Okay, this is my screen. What would be the output in this? Only 90. So a lot of people is telling me only 90, right? So why don't we just check it? है ना? It will be great, right? We can check it. है ना? Let's just check it. So if I have my marks variable, let's just initialize with its marks is equals to 90. Okay? If my marks is 90, remember, like if I don't write it here anything, it would be by default what? Let where or const. Where, right? Cool. Great. Awesome. I can here write it as 90, and in the else if, you can marks is equals to 90. You can write it console.log 90. Now there I have four options for you. You know, first option for this question is, first option, option number A, that is 90. Option number B, that is 90 and 90. Option number C, some error, and option number D, none of this. So in this particular four option, from this particular four option, you need to tell me what would be the answer of this. Okay. So I'm creating a poll. I'm creating a poll. You guys can participate in that, and tell your answer from A, B, C, D. Show the code again. Okay. 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 Code. You want to see the code? This is a code. Okay. So I think so. Maximum people have opted for A. Screen is not visible. Okay. Okay. So sorry. Now it should visible. I'll ignore this poll then. Now it's visible. I'm creating a poll and I'm showing you the code. This is a code. ठीक है, चलो. Lot of people have opted for the option number A, है ना? Option number A, that was 90, ना? Let's see what will be the answer. ठीक है, answer is 90. Why? If you want to just check it, then what you need to do, you need to just put a debugger. So for those who were asking me to explain about the debugger. So see, here a lot of people have doubt that what would be the answer, 90, 90, 90 error or none of this. Okay, you need to check it. What will be the flow in this particular scenario? So in this particular case where you are not sure about your code, you need to put a debugger. Now debugger would be executed line by line with you, and it will from this you will have more clarity on your code. You can execute your code line by line. You will not see output at once. You will be executing line by line code, and then the output will be visible, so it will be much clear for you. Yeah. Okay. So if you run this, you are seeing this kind of screen in Mozilla. If you just press F10, then this marks value would be initialized with the 90. It will be checked whether 90 marks is equals to 90 or not. It will be anyway true. So it will print 90 and it will left off. That's the reason why it had printed 90. Okay. Let's just check it with 91. What is the print? What is the output? ठीक है. So you can see that output remains the same, it's 90. Everyone is clear now? else if चलेगा ही नहीं, because if and else में both में condition same है. ठीक है नवनीत? If you just put your condition, if you just change your condition like this, that 91 here, and you can change your value of 91 here, then if you run this without the debugger, because we don't need debugger now, you can see the output is 91 now, because this is if is not executed. If this if is executing, this condition is true, then anyway this particular block would be executed, and it will not execute anything after that. But if this condition is not true, then we have to satisfy our compiler, if we have to satisfy our interpreter. So it will again go and check another condition whether this condition is true or not. It will desperate for to go inside any of the condition or any of the particular block. So this condition would be true in this particular case. That is why it is printing 91 in this case. Should not there be an else scenario? Okay, that will completely depend on you. So if you have requirement wherein you need to show something else, whether you need to show that console dot log, this is poor marks. So if you want to tell every user or every student that if your marks is not 90 or not 91, then you are a poor student, है ना? So if I will just change my input as 80, ठीक है? So if you just clear with this and if you run this, then see. So if you have this particular requirement wherein you have to show some user for something else, like if this both is not executed, you have to show user something else, or you need to do something else. You need to compute something else. Then only you have to put else. That's what I told you in the previous scenario. That else is optional, completely optional. But if you just writing this that this only, then it will show you error, because without if else cannot be exist, but without else if can exist. That's what I mean. Am I clear with this particular point? ठीक है ना? we Vishal, am I clear? Dipanshu, am I clear now? What will be the case where if I write else first and if later, na, it will show you error because syntactically it's wrong. Everyone, am I clear? I don't want to rush now. That's why I'm going a little bit slow, that so that you can digest each and everything. Cool? ठीक है? Okay. ठीक है. So let's focus on this problem now. ठीक है? So in this problem, we are giving a problem number one, that you need to create a program. You need to create a program which will give output for children to go out in a park. ठीक है? So if my temperature is between 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius, that means if my temperature is between 20 to 25, also if it's not raining outside and not raining outside, then ask them to play to be in a play school. Then you need to ask your students, you need to order your students that please be remain in the play school, because since it's raining and temperature is not preferable. ठीक है? Okay. Okay, am I clear up to this point? ठीक है? Okay. uh, okay, so you need to, I'm repeating again, you need to create a program which gives you the output for children to go out in the park. Okay, let me just copy this. Let me just copy this, and I'm sharing my screen for you so that I can explain you in my whiteboard also, because space is little bit less here. Okay, so this is your program. I hope you can see the screen. If not, I'm change my, let me change my background. You can see my screen now. You can see my screen now, everyone. है ना? Problem is visible to you. It's visible, right? Okay. So we need to create a code which will gives us the output for children to go out in the park. So first is the to go out in park. When this will be true, the condition is given now. So if my temperature is between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius and it is not raining outside and not raining. Okay, so in this particular case, you need to go out in the park. So students should go in out and out in the park. Now the second scenario is given. Ask them to be in play school if the temperature is between 18 degrees Celsius, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, and raining. Okay. The second scenario is to be in play school when this will be true when your temperature is between 18 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius and it's raining. So since it's raining, your students need to be in the play school. They should not go outside. Otherwise, see the word is otherwise right now, है ना? So if you see this particular term otherwise, then you need to immediately that particular term should be clicked in your mind. That is what? Otherwise, that means what? Else, right? Correct. Great. So otherwise or else, they should step out of their home. So they should go to home. So this is what my question is, Dimangin. है ना? Demand is clear. What is required? ठीक है? What is required is clear. Everyone, okay? So we need to create some program like this. Can you able to do this? Can you able to do this? Or you want some time to for this? Okay, I'm giving 5 minutes to complete this. Can anyone tell? Can anyone complete this in 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes because it's not a pretty long program. It just this is the if. So I'm just explaining the logic now. So see, in the first scenario where the temperature is 20 to 25 degrees Celsius and not raining, you need to go out in the park. You need to just print this that go out in the park. You know, first you need to check this condition whether your temperature is between this and it's not raining. You need to print this. Second, you need to be in the school, in the play school. This is your console. This is your print statement. When this will be true, when your temperature is between 18 to 20 and it's raining. Else this. So this will be in the if part. This will be in the second if part, and this will be in the else part. Am I clear up to this point? Easy, na? Right? So this can be done from your own, or should I code? Should I code? Okay. Okay. And one more thing is that so whenever you want to share your code, and whenever you want to share your code, then I'm sharing one website through which you can share your code. uh, yeah, dpaste is also there. This is also there. Codeshare.io is also there. Let me just check with the dpaste how cool is that. Yeah, dpaste is also that would also work. That would also work. But can anyone tell me how can I share the code in dpaste? Like I can just write in the code, na? I cannot share it. Can I share the code in dpaste? Like it? Have you tried the dpaste? I have not tried it. We can share the link. Okay, let me just check it. Okay, yeah, we can share the link in the deepest. Okay, how I can show you? So see, I'm sharing my screen. Let me just please tell me when you can see. Deepest is cool. Okay, so you need to go in the deepest, just like this. You need to write it deepest like this. You need to go in the first link, deepest. In whichever language you want to write, there is the one something called as JavaScript here. You can also paste your code. Let's say for an example, if I want to copy this, paste here, you know, if I paste here, then I need to go in this paste snippet. Okay, it will create this particular thing. You need to just click on here, that is copy URL to clipboard. You need to copy this and I need to just paste it so you can see my code. Okay, I'll share it from now. I'll just copy and paste it and I'll share my code in the deepest. Okay, you can also check it with this, so you can see later on also the code. You don't have to go through the entire video for the code. Okay, great, cool. Okay, so I'm creating a poll. Let me just be clear. If you can click on true if you want me to code, you can click on false if you want to do this task on your own at your home. I'm fine with both. Okay, click on yes if you want me to code right now this particular problem. Click on false if you don't want to. Later it will be defined in the one static variable, so you can define in that raining is true or not. So it's 50-50, exactly 50-50. So I should code, I'm coding right now this particular problem. That's not an issue for me. Okay, so let's just open our Mozilla, and this is our open board. Okay, so whenever you are failing, like whenever you are facing any kind of problem, so what I do, I'll just tell you. I just write the logic in pen and paper, just the way I wrote it here, you know. And then when I need to code, I will just open the IDE or I'll just open the browser and I'll see what I have written in the logic. And seeing this logic, I'll implement my code. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. A lot of developers, what they did is after just seeing the questions, they will just quickly open their particular coding platform or id or browser, and they will just start coding immediately. Don't do this mistake. First solve your problem on your paper. After doing that only you should write your code in the browser. That is clear? Okay, 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 so that should be clear, right? That immediately you should not go and write your code. You should first solve it in your paper, pen and paper, or anything like this way, or board also. But in return I need your logic. That is what I am emphasizing on since day one, that I need logic, not the code. Okay, so if you are clear with your logic, then you are pretty much your battle is half won. Cool. Okay, okay, okay. So let's just start our code. So first of all, we will see how many variables we need to require. Let's say the temperature, one variable for temperature and one variable for raining. So we will declare our temperature, where temperature is equals to let's say 26, and where raining is equals to false. Okay. Okay. Now I'll check the conditions whether the temperature is between 20 or 25. If temperature is greater than 20 and less than 25, if this is true, if this is true, then I need to print what? Console.log, and I need to print go out in the park. I need to print go out in park. Clear till this point, right? Okay. Yes, we need to check rain also. So that's what I was checking from you guys. You are sleeping. Huh? That's what I need to check. And I need to also check what? See, another condition is there, not raining. है ना? So I need to check raining should be false. So this. Okay? Okay. Now big. Let me make it big. And the second condition would be we can also write rain. Yeah, you can declare anything you want. Like you have declared the variable name as rain. I have declared raining. That would be fine. है ना? So in the else if I need to check whether my temperature is between 18 to 20 or not. So my temperature is greater than 18 and temperature would be less than 20. In this particular case, I need to print console. Please see the code properly. Huh? I may mistake anything. I will ask you my code is proper or not. And if you guys tell me that this is a proper thing, and after that, if I'll check my code and I'll find anything wrong, that will be not good, right? Because you need to pay attention, right? Now, okay. So in the console.log, I need to print be in the play school, be in play school, and I need not to hurry in any topic. I will not do that in any of the topics. So please pay attention. Okay. Till this point, am I clear? Rain check, right? Good. Okay. So in this particular case, the reading should be true. है ना? So I need to check and raining. Yeah, if you just check it where like this also, like raining is equals to true. This way also you can check it, but I will recommend don't do this. Write this only. Okay. Now, and the else part. Otherwise, I need to print console.log go home. Console.log go home. Any mistake you can spot, or my code is good to go. Temperature in minus. Okay, one by one. We'll take it one by one. Okay. So cannot copy paste link. Okay. Training in second condition. Okay. Raining in second condition. It should be not right. It should not, or it's proper. Should be not. Okay. Or else can I do this like raining equals to true? Then I'm good to go. In if condition, it should be raining only. Let us check it, na. So if I'm clicking on false, na, okay, let's just check the output. So you guys are telling me that there is something mistake in this particular part. In this particular part, let's check it. So if my temperature is 26, what should it print according to this question? If my temperature is 26, what it should print? This is your question. If my temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, what it should print? Go to home. So it's rendering me right, and it's proper right now till this particular point. Okay. 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 Now, if I am changing this as 24, so if I do 24 and my raining is equals to false, okay. So what it should print? What it should print in this particular case? My temperature is 24 and it's false. My temperature is 24 and raining equals to false. See the question. See the questions. My temperature is 24, that means it's true, and my raining is false, that means this is also true. ठीक है, so it should anyway go in this particular point, है ना, right? Okay, let's run it. Go out in park, true. ठीक है, now let's another doing another thing. If I'm changing it's 19 and raining equals to false, what it should return? See the question, see the question, what it should return? 19 and the raining equals to false, what it should return? See the question properly. else part, है ना, because raining equals to false है, यहाँ पे raining equals to true है, and temperature equals to 19. So anyway it would not satisfy this both condition, so anyway it will go in the else part, right? Let's check it is going or not. It is going, right? So it's true. Now let's check another thing. If I'm making this raining equals to true, ठीक है, ठीक है, what it should print now? What it should print now? Be in school. Let's check it. Be in play school. ठीक है, तो कोड तो परफेक्ट रन कर रहा है ना. इफ कंडीशन इज ऑल्सो डूइंग ग्रेट, else if also doing great, else also doing great. If you just want to check again, then make it as 21. ठीक है, what it should return now? What about 20? Okay, ठीक है, what about 20? ठीक है, okay, let's just check about 21 first. ठीक है, 21 first, then we'll go with the 20. What about 21? 21 and rain equals to true. 21 and go rain equals to true. ठीक है, so if you just check it, then 21 would be true in this particular case, but raining equals to true here, but raining equals to false is required here. If you just see in the question also, if my temperature is between 20 to 25 degrees celsius and it's not raining outside, ठीक है, right now it's raining and 21 degrees celsius, so if I run this, my answer would be anyway go home. ठीक है, cool, up to this point clear, till this particular point, till this particular test case. So whatever you are doing, there is something known as unit testing. We are testing our code, है ना. So now if I do this as 20, ठीक है, what it should return? But what it should actually what it should return? Read the question. Read the question. What it should return? You can use any of the time. Like you can use multiple time else if statement. There is no limit of that, Eunice. ठीक है? So it should return what? I'm asking that. If my temperature is 20 and it is not raining, what should it return? So if my question is, if my temperature is 20 and it's not raining, ठीक है, what it should return? It should return what? It's not raining and my temperature is 20, then it should return go out in park or go home or be in play school. Park one, right? I'm not asking about this code, I'm asking about the logical thing. So if I do this, then by code it will return go home because I have not written the equals to sign here. Okay, you need to include this equals to sign also here between this. So in the questions, it's clearly written that between 20 to 25 degrees. So 20 and 25 would be anyway included. है ना? So you need to include that. So now if my temperature is 20 and it's training is true, that means it will go in this side, be in play school. Let's run this, be in play school. And if I will make it as false, then it will anyway go in the if part, that will be go out in the park. So am I clear up to this point? Okay, so this is something known as your logic building. This is something is known as your logic building skills. Okay. Okay, so you can also see the same code here. No, yes, you are learning the basic of DSA. Without this you cannot learn anything. Okay, so for your particular sake I will just copy this code, and I'll paste this in the d code, d paste, and d paste word there. So I will paste in d paste, and I'm sharing the link with you, so in the future also you can see this. And it this link will be expiring in 1 year, so it's plenty of time to read this once again if you want. Okay, let me copy this. Yes, this one. It's quite interesting. Earlier I find this things difficult. Now the Nishant, why you are finding this difficult? I think it should be clear. Or you are saying me that previously it's so difficult and right now it's easy? I'm not getting you. Earlier, right? Okay, great, great. ठीक है, now easy है ना? ठीक है, that was something expected. Okay, so the second question for today is regarding the ternary operator. So I need to explain what is ternary operator first. ठीक है. So now let me share my screen. My video is stuck still. My video is stuck. No, right? Okay. ठीक है. So refresh your page if you are facing those kind of scenarios. So let me just go in this open board, and I'm clearing this. Okay, ठीक है. Now, so in this particular previous scenario where we did this, right? If okay, so we did like this. If this condition is true, then do this. Otherwise, or else, do this. Okay. So see how many lines are there? One, two. Let this write it here like console dot log anything here. So one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 and 8. 8 lines are there for just one and if and else, right? है ना? So there are multiple lines for just one if else statement. If you want to do this, like if this condition is true, do this, otherwise do that. So for this only you need to write 8 lines. Isn't something it's fishy here? Don't you feel so? है ना? There is number of lines, so we need to reduce lines. It's lengthy, right? Everyone is agree with me? Everyone, there are 79 people over there. Please participate, people. Yes, no? है ना? Okay. So for this particular scenario, there is something new term that is called as ternary operator. Okay, just a second. Okay, so this is something known as a ternary operator. Okay. So what does this ternary operator means? So this ternary operator would anyway reduce your number of lines. Reduce number of lines, and it would mean same, like compiler or interpreter would mean same that it was meaning before. Such as previously you were writing like this, if such as marks is equals to 90, then console dot log a grade, otherwise b grade. ठीक है, this is what something we have written till now, है ना? Console dot log, है ना? Okay, so if you want to convert this entire thing as this ternary operator. Okay, so you need to use this. So what is ternary operator? Ternary operator will mean this particular 8 lines only by just writing one line. So this one line would be, first of all you need to write your condition. Without if, you need to write your condition. That means here your condition is marks equals to 90. So you need to write that marks is equals to 90. Then, so you need to write this question mark. Then you need to print console dot log a. Otherwise, that means else, you need to print what? Console dot log b. So this entire 8 lines now converted to this particular one line only. And this question mark and this colon is something known as your ternary operator. Left side of your question mark would be your condition. If this condition is true, you need to execute this statement 1. If this condition is false, you need to execute this statement 2. Okay? If I will write it in proper way, then in the bracket you need to write your condition question mark. If this condition is true, whatever you need to execute, you need to write it here. Let's say you need to execute statement 1. If this condition is false, whatever you need to execute, you need to write it after this colon. That means your statement 2. So this is something uh, this is something known as your ternary operator. So your 8 lines now reduced to only one, and it's more readable. Okay, people, am I clear up to this point? Everyone? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, let's see in the action. So for an example, uh, if I will remove this particular part, that temperature is greater than 18 and less than equals to 20 and it's raining, I need to do this. If I will remove this, na, if I have just this particular parts, okay. So if I want to convert this in ternary, what I need to do, as I told you, that you need to first copy the condition. So whatever the condition in this, you need to copy this, you need to paste it here, you need to put the question mark, and you need to write the whatever is executed if this condition is true, or you need to execute this part. Na? So you need to paste it here. Otherwise, that means colon. After that, whatever is written in this else statement, you need to execute it here. Okay. So this is the replacement of this entire code. Okay. 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 So let's check it. Like before this, before this, if I will execute this with the if and else, what will be the output? Output is go out in the park. So after this also, if I just do this, your my output should be the same. I execute this, output is same. है ना? So if I will explain you once again, then I told you that whatever the condition is this, here my condition is this, right? So you need to copy the condition from this. So you need to copy the condition of if. I'm copying this, I'm pasting here. Na? Then after, what if this condition is true, what was executing before? The if part, right? है ना? So I'll copy that and I'll put it after the question mark. So this question mark is a part of ternary operator. That means if this condition is true, whatever I will write after this question mark, that would be executed. Otherwise, if this condition is false, then this would not be get executed, and whatever I will write after this colon, that would execute. That means in this particular case, console.log go home. Okay, okay, clear. Okay, so Nishant, uh, if you want to execute debugger here, I don't know why you need to do this, but you need to try it as well. So if you debug this, you know, right now your temperature is 20, so this would be anyway true, and less than 25, so this would be anyway true. This condition is true, and raining equals to false. That means not raining would be true, है ना? ठीक है? So you can see, you can see now that in the ternary operator it has not gone in this, because it is written in the same line, so you cannot debug this. You can just execute, like you can just see the values of this, but you cannot see that your control has been in this particular line, as you might gone through in the if and else. That's that way you cannot do it here. Okay, okay, okay. Now it didn't work. Okay, I'll take this. Let me take this. Can we check two conditions like if else? Okay, I'll come into that, Divyanka. Okay, ठीक है. So let me paste this particular code that one of you guys has posted. So let me remove this. So here t is 90. So he's checking whether t is equals to 90. That means it's true. है ना? And if he's posting, like if it's true, then the console.log true would be executed. Otherwise false, that would not be executed. Okay. So let's just run this. Let's just run this. Just a second, I'm just holding this off. uh, okay, 90. Just a second, I'm refreshing the page. Okay, let's read this once more. So what he's doing, the t is 90. Now t is 90 and is checking whether t is 90 or not is true, so it will be execute, otherwise this would be execute. So I think so it should run, है ना? So it's returning true. Cool. ठीक है. Can we check two? Okay, Dibyankar, I'm coming to that point only. Does it work only for two conditions or more? It will work on more condition. I'm just checking with that. In first problem, raining means true or false. Okay, so uh, Joseph, just tell me that if I'll do this, that is valid is equals to true, and if I am executing this is valid in the console dot log, what it will give me, Joseph? Okay, Mehak, you are not still you are not getting it. I'm just posting my code. I think so. You have put the dot extra dotted here. You can just execute this code for you, Mehak. Okay, okay. So this particular case, you will have the is valid as true, right? You know, so you can execute that as well. Answer is true, right? But if I do not here, the answer would be false, right? That's pretty observable. है ना? So in the raining example, let me just open my code. Uh, where is my code? Huh. So this one. Okay, if you see in this particular code, I have declared my raining as false, right? है ना? And I'm doing this not raining. So if you see in the question, then the question demands that my temperature should be between this 20 and 25, and it should not rain. Okay, so raining is, if my raining is true, then anyway it would be giving my answer as false. Okay, so here my raining is false and it's not raining, so it will get executed as true. This is what something demand. है ना, क्वेश्चन demands the same, right? It's not raining and temperature is between this, then I should go in this particular part. But if I do here as true, if I make this raining wherever as true, then what would happen? This, if this is true, then this will return me the false. You know, so this is what is something expected from the questions only, right? Because if it's not raining, then only I need to go in this. But if this is true, then I should not go in this. Okay, so that is what that is why I required, like I declared this as a not here. Am I clear? है ना? Okay, ठीक है. Okay. Now, since we understood the ternary operator, this is the question for you, that you need to create a program to print the result as pass if the marks obtained is greater than or equal to 40 using the ternary operator, not the simple if else condition. Okay. Okay. So you need to first create the condition from this. I will just tell you how to step by step how you need to implement this. Okay. So the logic would be, here the logic would be that you need to create first condition, है ना? So if you are comfortable in if and else, so in the if and else, so your code would be, if my marks is greater than or equal to 40, then I need to print it, what I need to print, what, pass. Otherwise I need to print what, fail. Okay. So we need to convert this in a ternary operator, the same way that we did earlier, just 5 minutes ago. Can you do this? Done. Pretty easy. Cool. Okay. Okay. Great. So Dipanshu is perfectly right here. Nilanjan is also right here. So you are coding along with me, right? Okay, that's great. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this is something is not preferable to do. Let me share my screen. This is something is not preferable to do, but since you guys have asked me to explain, I'll explain that. Suppose if I will write uh, like this way, marks is equals to 40, then I need to print pass, else I need to print fail. You know, this is what something you have written earlier, but now I need to check if my marks is equals to 40. Now in this particular statement I want to check whether the student is from SCST criteria or not. Okay. So I'll check now, the caste is equals to uh, SC or ST. Okay, you can understand by this. And caste is equals to SCST. If this is true, then I need to print pass, otherwise fail. And if marks is equals to 40 is false, or greater than or equals to 40 is equals to false, then I need to print fail. So this is my nested condition. This is my nested condition. So I'm repeating myself again. I'm repeating myself again. Please pay attention. What I did was that if my marks, suppose let's say less than or equals to 40, okay? If this is the case, then for open general criteria student, the student is fail. है ना? So my student is fail, but otherwise my student is pass. But for here I need to include some more condition, that now I'll write the same condition now, that this else is equals to pass. I'll write here, instead of this fail, I'll write another condition now. That means I'll check my caste now, that caste is equals to SC or ST or any other caste. I need to print pass. If SC ST student है तो student is pass, otherwise he is fail. ठीक है, so you need to also write something like this also, but this is not preferable because this is not readable, है ना. This is not readable, read करने में ये easy नहीं है, so you need to write something which is easy to read, है ना. So this is the inner condition and this is the outer condition. Remember in the first or second scenario, in the second session, I told you that you need to write the logic in a way that it is optimized and you need to reduce number of ifs. This is the complicated logic and this is not readable at all. You need to reduce the number of conditions. It's just the same way, like if you have a girlfriend, it's more demanding, it's more dominating, then you will not enjoy his or her company, right? If you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and same with this particular case. If you have more conditions, then the code is not good, no matter what it's producing output or not. Am I clear up to this point, guys? है ना? ठीक है. So write the code as if everyone can understand. Deepa says no. Can you please explain me, like Deepa, what the topic you want me to touch? Priyanshu, please write your doubt once again, please. Yeah, Mehak, please post your doubt. So can we use and or in ternary operator? Yes, you can use it. You can completely use it. Okay, Priyanshu, I'm scrolling through a chat. If I cannot find it, you can post it. Okay, we can also use and operator in conditions like yeah, you can use it. You can use it. You can use it. Definitely, you can use it. Okay, Priyanshu. Okay, everyone is clear till this particular point of mine. So here pass is for marks and fail is for caste, and the third pass is for else. See, Mac, I have no right. I have written this in just for explaining purpose. Okay, so I will explain it again. That what I have written is, if my marks is less than 40, then it will depend on caste. That if my caste is ST or SC, then student is pass. Otherwise, he is fail. But if my marks is greater than 40, then anyway he will be passed, no matter what his caste. Okay, so the failing condition will depend on another condition, that will be depend on the caste, but the passing condition would be depend on just one condition, it will be marks. But if he's SC, then it will be another condition, that will be caste. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I'll take break now. So this is a type of else if condition. What do you think, Mac? What do you think? If you want to convert this in a if and else, how will you do this? You will do something like this now, that if my marks is less than or equals to 40, then I'll check if my caste is equals to SC, then I need to print pass, else I need to print fail, है ना? And otherwise it will be pass. I'll do this now. I'll do the same. Yes, no, cool. ठीक है. So for those 16% of people, those who have clicked on false, please post your doubt. Please post your doubt. Yes, Mac, please go ahead. Please ask your doubt. Yes, Amit, please ask. Please ask. For multi cases we don't use ternary. Yes, Niranjan, exactly. We will not use it. If the condition is pretty much clear that if this is the case, then you need to do this. If this is the case, then you need to do this. Then only we will use ternary. Otherwise, will not, because it will not more readable way. Else if part cannot be done in ternary. I'm talking about separate if else if and not nested if. Yes, yes. This will not be covered in this. Multi case is not clear in ternary. Okay, Nana, I'll explain again. Is there any difference? Okay, I'll just take it. Okay, so he has posted this particular code where a is greater than equals to 1, b is greater than 10, and r is equals to true, then a is greater than equals to 1 and b equals to 10. So this is like two conditions. This is just a way that in this if, this is just a simpler way of writing this, that if this is true, this condition is true, then that means this one, you are again checking this. This will not do anything else. Like this is just checking the conditions only. This will not do anything else. This is the simpler way of writing this that you have posted. Okay, another way multi cases is not clear. I'll explain again, Nena. I'm writing right now explaining. So we use it only for true and false. Yes, we'll only use for that. Will not complicate the thing. Okay. Equal is used in marks. Why it should be without equal? Uh, Arpit, can you repeat that? You are telling me that why we wrote like this, like less than or equals to 40 and not this less than 40. You are asking me that? Dipanshu, the bracket will not play any role, but it's just for that specifying that this is a condition. It's just for reading purpose. You can also omit that if you want. It will not make any difference. What should be uh, cared most for, readability or less number of line of code? Readability, I would prefer, and the code which is compiler or interpreter friendly. Okay, not less number of line would be the code like more preferable. You know, it's not just that way. You need to write the clean and more efficient code that would take less memory and less time. That would be the our first scenario. You know, we'll understand this in the time and space complexity that we'll be learning in the DSA topics. Fail condition should be like that. uh, yes, yes, yes. So he's telling me that if marks is less than equals to 40, then my condition would be true. Otherwise it will be the in the else part, that means my marks greater than 40. Correct. Why use raining equals to false in both condition of prominent in class text solution? Bharat, I have not seen the solution of class text. Okay, but you can understand the logic that we have learned today. Is it fair? Is it fair? Shall we take break? Yes, Ekta, we'll take break now. Does space take any space in memory? No, it will not take any space. No, it will not take any space, Dipanshu. It will ignore that space. Okay, it will not make any difference. For those people who has doubt in understanding this particular case, the nested if condition, the case, I'll explain it again for those people. Okay, okay, okay. So, uh, I'll take another example. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, let me just go through with this example only. Okay, so if my marks here, what I have written is if my marks is less than 40. Just a second. If I can make another example for this particular case. Okay, so in this one, in this particular case, I will just tweak this particular case in like this, that if my role is equals to PM. Okay, so he can access to any department. But if my role is equals to PM and the ruling party, that means the majority, like he has a majority right now, BJP has a majority in both the houses, है ना? So they need not to bother about the majority terms. So if my role is PM, or you can also, like if your role is ruling party, ठीक है, let's, you can understand it by better by this ruling party. If your role is ruling party and role is equals to ruling party, and you have a majority in both the houses, so you need not to take any of the permission of from any party, you know. This is what our rule says, you know, our constitution says. Okay, so we will write some code for this like this, that first of all you will check the role is equals to ruling party. If this is true, then you will check inside this, that in this particular statement one, that if my case is ruling party, that is already written here, and we are in majority, so our type is equals to majority. Okay, this is also true, this is also true, then we will check again. So we will check, like if this is true, then we will tell that no permission needed, है ना? Otherwise pass bill, like for passing a bill we need to take a permission. Okay, so this is so this particular part is one way, is the inner condition. So if you are not in rolling party, then otherwise you will check that go away, so you have no right to sit in the parliament. Okay, so if your role is ruling party and you are in majority, so you have no need to take permission. If your role is ruling party and you are, but you are not in majority, so you have to take all the permissions to pass bill, since you are not in majority, na? If you are in not in ruling party, then you need to go away. This is what I have written. So this is what the inner condition that means. Okay, I hope, am I clear with this? Type should be defined, yes, yeah, it should be defined. Then I said condition, ternary condition, right? Yes. Okay, everyone, है ना? Everyone is clear now? Any doubt, please post. If you have any doubt, any sort of small or big doubt, you can ask me. You can ask me any doubt. I don't want you to guys like go without understanding this. Okay, I'm creating a poll again. You need to click on true if you don't have any doubt. You can click on false if you have doubt. If you are clicking on false, then please ask your doubt as well. Huh? I'm really happy to clear a doubt in whichever way I want. Click on true if you don't have any doubt. Click on false if you still have any doubt. Okay, so for the 20% of people, please, okay, so I'll explain again. Then can you please tell me which particular point you want me to explain? Nested ternary operator. Okay, I'll explain again. No worries. Okay, so I'll explain again the nested ternary operator. Or you can just be specific with your doubt, like what you want me to, like if you are not getting any of the term that we have explained. Okay, ठीक है, चलो, no worries. I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen. Okay, I'll share my screen, and I'll now code, so that you can have a better idea. We will take break after this. Rupesh, I'll tell you what will required in the LC for ternary, Just be patient for now. Just understand what I'm explaining right now. Okay? So, if you have something like this, that where to find these questions, this you need to find in the gigs for any of the time. Yes, Sunil, time is running fast, but I need to explain you in every other terms. है So I'll explain you in this way for those people. I will code you now. If marks is equals to 90, or it's less than or equals to 40, okay, less than 40, then you need to print console dot log fail. Otherwise, console dot log pass. Am I clear up to this point? Okay. Okay. Let's define our marks here is equals to 40. Okay. Cool. Okay. If you run this, then you have the output of pass, like marks is equals to 40 is in the pass criteria. ठीक है ना? Cool. Okay, now I will write one another condition here, that if my marks is less than 40, then I need to give leverage to the students for the backward students, like for the students who don't have any source of learning. So for that, I am making another stream for them, that if my marks is less than 40, and if my caste is equals to anything except open, that means not open. Okay, so if my caste is SC here, okay, okay. So for this particular people, I will print that yes, you are not from open, guys, so I'll give you some leverage, and I will make you as a pass. But here also I need to check whether my marks, it it should be between greater than or equals to 30, and less than or less than 40. Okay. Okay. So if my marks is between 30 and 40, and my caste is open, then I am pass. My caste is not open, then I am pass. Otherwise, I am fail. Okay. So if I'm running my program now with the marks 35, so if my marks is 35, so what should be the output here? Marks is 35. That means if I'm open, then I am anyway pass or fail. Okay. Okay, but this is wrong, na? Logically is wrong, है ना? Logic is wrong, so we have to make it fail, right? Right or not? See, guys, I'll make you guys familiar with this. You will have break after this, but first we need to complete the concept, na? है ना? So please participate and please cooperate. Here I should write fail or pass. Let's go with the pass and we'll check it. Okay? Okay. If it's required fail, then we'll make it fail. Okay, we'll check it our code from our own. Okay, so let's check it with marks 35 and cast SC. Okay, so let's check it with the marks less than equals to 40. This will be true or false. Let's debug this. Okay, let's debug this. Okay, so my marks is 35 here, cast is SC here. Now this will be check, marks is less than 40 or not. This will be true, it will go inside. We'll again check, my marks is greater than 30 and less than 40. Okay, it will be true, and my cast is not equals to open, this will be again true. It will go inside, and this will be printed cast console.log open, like pass. ठीक है? Up to this point is clear. Otherwise I need to print what? Fail. Right? Right? ठीक है? Now let's change the value of this as 42, and here make it as open. Okay, let's debug this again. So my marks is 42, cast is open, it will be false again. So it will anyway landed here. Yeah, the above if condition is false. So my I am pass anyway, right? Okay. So if you want to convert this entire program, if you want to convert this entire program in ternary, then you need to do this. You need to first write the condition in this. So I will write the condition in the first if, that will be this. I'll copy that. I'll paste it here. Question mark. I will write the statement one, that will be this one. So in the statement one, I am seeing that there is another condition. So I will copy this condition entirely. I'll place this here. So for now, you can just assume that see, this is my first condition. Here, after the question mark, my statement one would be executed. So I'll just write S1 for now. Else, this statement would be executed. Yes, no, right, right, not, right or not? Yes. So in this statement one, I'm seeing that this entire if and else is there. So I need to convert this in ternary too. So I will be copying this statement or the condition. I will be pasting it here, question mark. If this condition is true, then I need to print pass. That means I will be clicking on this pass. Else, I will be returning fail. Okay. Okay. So I will be returning here fail. So this would be my code. You are not getting, you are confusing right now. You are confused right now because this code is not readable. You know? That is why I coded first in the if and else, and I have converted in the ternary. Since this is not readable, it is not advised to use this kind of things. Okay, ठीक है? Everybody is now clear. For those 20% of people, I hope I am clear now. I will be creating a poll again so that I can be rest assured that you are clear. ठीक है? Please participate in poll. Please click on true if you don't have any doubt, and please click on false if you still have any doubt. Yeah, I'll paste the code as well. ठीक है, चलो, that's great. That's good number of people that we have participate. I'll be pasting it here. Okay. Now we will take one break of 15 minutes, and after the break, we will be solving the problems regarding the ternary operator once. है ना? Ternary operator is mostly preferable. Yeah. So if you just have if and else only, then ternary operator is good. But if you have multiple if and else, then it's not good because it's not readable. Cool. So we will take break now for a 15 minutes, and we will be back at 10:05. Okay. Cool. Okay. So come back fast, and yeah, that's easy, right? That's great. That's great. So some CS people are also there. Roger that. Great. All right. So we'll be back at 10:05 and come back with taking your dinner. है ना? So we'll be focusing more on the problems. There are plenty of problems that we need to cover today. There was 10 problems, but we are just right now at second problem. So we need to solve more problems also. Okay. So come back fast. Okay. ठीक है. So welcome back, guys. Am I audible? I hope so. Am I audible? Quickly confirm so that we can start. Cool. ठीक है. So for those guys, we had remained one more thing that I need to cover now. है ना? So many of people you have asked me that, sir, can we implement else if using the ternary operator, right? ठीक है. So we'll learn this now. Okay, how to use ternary operator with the else if thing. ठीक है. So suppose you have this thing that if your marks is equals to 90, then your grade is A. Else if it's between 79 and like it's between 80 to 89, then it's B. Okay, so you need to build this kind of mechanism. Okay, so in this particular case you need to do something like this, that with this if statement you have this condition, write this condition as marks is equals to 90. In this if it's true, then you need to print what? A, right? So we'll print A here. Else you need to check again that whether your marks is between 18 to 89 or not. So now you will check in this condition your marks is greater than 80, and your marks is less than 89. Okay, if this is true, then your answer is B. If not, then you will have to again check whether your marks is less than uh, what 40. Okay, if this is true, then your grade is F. Then your grade is C. Otherwise, your grade is F. So you need to build something this like this. So this is the mechanism of else if in this quaternary operator. Am I clear? Am I clear with this point? Okay, how to build the else if in the ternary operator, but this is also not recommended, huh? Because this is also not readable, है ना? That is why I explained it first in the if and else if, then also I wrote it in the ternary operator. Cool. Okay. Now we will focus on our third problem. So second problem that we already did, that was pass and fail. It is pretty much simple, है ना? We already did this. The third problem with this is the switch case. With the switch case, what is switch case? We already know. In the switch, we have one variable's value. In the case, we will if this case is the variable's value. This case is true, then you need to execute this code. You need to write break. If you what will happen if you don't write break also, that we saw earlier, है ना? And similarly for case 2 and similarly for default, if this both case will not execute, it will go in the default case. Remember all this? If you have revised, then you will remember this. Okay, cool. So with this if and with this switch case problem, that is one problem is that, so you need to implement one switch case solution, one switch case code to check whether the number is positive, negative, or zero. Can you build this? It's simple, right? We already did this, I think so, in previous session. I think yes. Yeah, I was in your session only when we implemented this. So if you want to check this, then I'll just show you the code. So in the const, we need to check the number 5 whether it's positive or not, है ना? ठीक है? Okay. Now let x equals to 4. Now in the if case, like in the switch case, every time it will be true, है ना? Now we will check whether the x is greater than 0 or not. If it's greater than 0, the number is positive. If it's equals to 0, the number is negative. Or sorry, number is 0. And if it's negative, like less than 0, the number is negative. In the every other case, your no value is found. And in the end, we will declare that the text. Okay. So this checked number is not used here. Okay. So omit that. Cool. Okay. Am I fine with this? This is pretty simple. We need to implement this. What is the value? What if value is text value? What do you mean by this? Okay, so true. True, that means in every case this would be executed. Is indentation is necessary in switch? Indentation, that means the condition you want to say, Shivam? space after. Okay, no, it's not needed, it's not needed. No, it's not needed. Space anywhere you can omit, है ना? Instead of text, can we use console.log directly? Yes, you can use it perfectly fine. ठीक है? Clear this point. Up to this point, how to use the switch case, we already saw many problems with the respect to this if like switch case, है ना? X value is string value. So if this X value is string value, then this X is greater than 0, or if X is equal to 0, or if X is less than 0, which condition will be true? If any of this condition will be true, that case will be executed. It's as simple as that, right? No, text is a variable. Text is a variable. The same way that you can use directly, like no, number equals to 5. Did I declare number anywhere? No, right? That's the same way they have not declared test anywhere. But if you want, you can declare where num equals to 5, or here where test equals to null, or anything like this. Yeah? It's not needed, but if you want to implement it just for the sake of understanding, you can do that. That's completely fine. Cool. Okay, everyone. Am I clear up to this point, guys? Guys, please show some energy if you are clear with this. Yes, please say yes or no, or ask any doubt if you have. Cool. Okay. Okay. Now, switch true is not understand. Okay. So, people, uh, if I want to execute something irrespective of any condition, है ना, I will make it as a true. Let's say in this particular case, let me share my screen. In this particular case, if I want to say that irrespective of any condition, A should be get printed, है ना? So I will write if true and then print A. ठीक है? ठीक है? Because this will be the boolean condition, right? So boolean condition will return what? True or false. ठीक है? Similarly, in case of if switch case, here one condition would be there, right? You remember? ठीक है? So irrespective of any condition, if I want to get this switch case executed, I need to write true. Inside this, the condition will be checked in each and every case. So similarly, if you check it here, they have checked the condition in each case. X less greater than 0, that will be written true or false. This will also return true or false. This will also return true or false. If any of this case would not be true, we return default. Am I clear up to this point? This can be written in another way as well. If you see this confusing, then you can also write it like this. Let me share my screen and tell you. Okay, can you see my screen, guys? Can you see the screen of the Mozilla? Okay, so if you have some doubt with this, then you can implement this by this, like switch. Um, Here I have where marks is equals to uh, okay, where marks is equals to, so sorry, what was our question, regarding marks or regarding the number? Regarding the number. Okay, true, positive or negative. Okay, so you can implement it by this way. So where number, so for that I'll take the value of this num is equals to, let's say, 5. Okay, I'll check now where num is greater than 5. Okay, so if this particular answer or case is returning me true, that means if my case is 1. Okay, 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 so I'll write console dot log. But see, here I can only execute the condition, right? है, so it will just return me 0 or 1, remember? Okay, so if it's true, then it will return me the true case, that means 1. So it will return me console dot log positive. Okay, and after that I'll write what, break. This case is returning me 0. then I'll write console.log negative. It could be negative or zero only, right? है ना? Because if I'll say minus 2, so minus 2 is also less than 5, and if I'll say 0, then 0 is also less than 5. 0, है ना? If I say now, if I say number as 5, है ना? So 5 is greater than 0, that is true. So it will return me what? This positive. If my number is minus 1 now, so minus 1 is greater than 0 or not? It's not, right? So it will return me what? 0. Okay. So I can say that my number is negative. But if I'll say 0 also in number, then 0 is greater than 0 is also returning me false. So I cannot bifurcate to the number 0. So for that case, I'll do equal to. Okay? Yes or no? Yes or no? Shivam, it's not. See the case. See the case. If my number is 0 now, let's say suppose if my number is 0 now, so 0 is greater than equal to 0. That is true or not? True, right? So it will give me what? Case number 1, but number is not positive, number is 0. So since you cannot bifurcate the number between positive and 0, that is why we are dealing with the true here. I'm repeating myself again. Suppose my number is 5 here. Okay, number is 5 here, my 5 greater than 0, that will return me what? True. Yes, it will anyway go in this particular case, number is positive, and it will break. Cool. But if I'll say if my number is minus 2, so minus 2 greater than 0 will be false. ठीक है, minus 2 greater than 0 will be false. Okay, so in this particular case it will go in this particular case negative or 0. Why I have written negative or 0? Because I cannot bifurcate by any way the number 0 here. Okay, that is why we have written true here and check the condition in this, that number is greater than 0, then I need to print positive. If my number is less than 0, then I need to click, like I need to print negative. And in every other case, if my you can also check like this, if my number is equals to 0, or you can also put this in a default case, console.log, the number is 0. I'm not sure how much you can digest it. If you run this, see minus 2 is negative, 5 for 5 is positive, and for 0 it is 0. Cool. If we need to check true or false in condition, we need to write true in switch case condition. Yes, absolutely, Anand. Yes, it's true. It's our wish about the case name, right, sir? Uh, yeah. See, here I have not written any name of the case, right? This is a condition. So you can write anything here that you want. Cool. Sunil, that is clear. Ekta says this can be used in chord equation, right? I'm not chord equation question. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can use it. You can use it definitely. In case of 0, it is printing positive. Yes, that is what my question was. है ना? That is why we have declared like this way, Shivam, right? Cool. Yes, you can use the condition in switch. Perfect. When to use switch and when to use if else, that's completely depend on us. You can write it by any way you want. That's just a way to write in different kind of things. ठीक है? Shivam, am I clear? Likit, am I clear? Cool. ठीक है, up to this point everyone is clear with me, है ना? This was the questions from the basic problem solving. Now quickly we can move forward to the advanced problem solving. Okay, now since you all know the for thing, okay, we have to find the SCF and GCD of two numbers. We learnt this in the standard number 6 to 10th, many times we use this. HCF full form is highest common factor. GCD, that means greatest common divisor. So you need to find HCF or GCD of two numbers. Let's say I'm taking example of 12 and 18. Okay. So the factor of 12 would be 2 into 6, 4 into 3. Okay. And 18 will be 2 into 9, 6 into 3, right? So this will be 2. And if I'll take this, no, let me just share my screen for right for the case. Okay. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so if I'll take an example again for such as like 12 and 16, right? So 12 would be 2 into 6, 4 into 3. 16 would be what? 12, 2 into 8, 4 into 4. है ना? ठीक है? So the factors of the 12 would be 2, 4, 3 and 6. The factors of 16 would be 2, 4 and 8. So the what is the common factor between these two? Common factor is 2 and 4, right? But the greatest common factor is what? 4. ठीक है, the greatest common factor would be what? 4. Correct, है ना? So you need to find this thing by code. Okay, ठीक है. So let's understand it bit by bit. If I'll say HCF or highest common factor, highest common factor, ठीक है. Okay, so let's just forget about this highest for now. Let's just forget about this common term right now. Focus on this factor. What do you mean by the factor? ठीक है guys, what do you mean by the term factor? Okay, like if I say the factor thing, what do I mean by the term factor? By this factor, that means what? That will divide the number, completely division by a number, multiple of number, divisor, multiples, part of the thing. Yes, ठीक है, correct. So if I'll say the factor of 12, ठीक है, so factor of 12 that I said was 2 into 4 and 4 into 3, right? ठीक है. So if you take any of these particular factors, then it is completely divided by 12. So remainder would be anyway 0. So the number modulo I or number modulo the factor, if it's 0, then I is the factor of a number. Am I clear with this point? Right or not? Right now? Yes, just a second. Okay, so my tab was having some issues. Let me connect my charger. ठीक है. 2 into 4, yeah, by mistake I wrote this. Yes, 2 into 6. 2 into 6. Cool. ठीक है, everyone. ठीक है ना? Okay. So first we will find the factors, then we will find the common factors, then we will find the highest factor, highest common factor. This is our process. ठीक है. Now, can anyone tell me how can we achieve this? How can we achieve this? Has anyone have some idea like from this particular point of view that we have just described using for loop? Yes, correct. We will use it the for loop. Correct. Perfectly fine. Start from 1 to n and find max. Uh, okay. Yes, this can be done also. Shivam, check from 1 to x or n. Check all the numbers if they are divisible. Correct. Perfect. for loop with if condition for n modulo I equals to 0. Okay, if else n is max. Okay, ठीक है. Let's see in the action. ठीक है. So first of all, let me tell you that if you need to find the HCF of 12 and 16, right? So can I tell you? Can can I tell that HCF of this would be not exceed number 12. That means the minimum of two number, minimum of 12 and 16. Can any factor would be greater than 16 here? And if I can tell you between 12 and 16, can any factor would be greater than 12 that will be common in this both? No, right? Everyone agrees with this statement and understood the statement as well, है ना? ठीक है. Cool. ठीक है. ठीक है. So uh, first I need to find the minimum of 12 and 16, and my common number would not be greater than the minimum of this two. That is for sure. And second condition, the second hint is any factor, they like the factor thing, like the to find the factor, I need to check whether my number modulo that particular number that I'm executing right now, that let's say for I is equals to 0. It should be true. If this is true, then and then only it will be the factor, and then only it would be my SCF. It will be eligible for my SCF category. Okay. So anyway, I can write something like this, that no, I will declare my first number. Let's say my first number is what? 12. If I'll declare my second number, then it would be my 18. Okay. Anyway, then what I'll do, I will loop through number 1 to minimum of the first number and second, that will be 18, 12, and 18. I will loop through 1 to this. Correct? Correct? Yes? Am I right? Everyone agrees to me this with this? Didn't get the logic. Okay. What is minimum of 12 and 18? So I told you that let's suppose the factor of this is, I already told you, like this 2 into 6, uh, then 4 into 3, and 12 into 1. Yeah? This is also a factor. For 16, it would be 2 into 8, 4 into 4, and 16 into 1. Okay, so these are the factors. Now, what is the common factor in between these two? 2 and 4, right? Any factor that you can see that is greater than the 12, any number is greater than 12 here. ठीक है. 12 से ज्यादा तो नहीं हो सकता ना, है ना? राइट. ठीक है. Okay. So since it cannot start with the 12, why we need to check the number 13, 14, 15, and 16? Okay. So for this case, I need not to check. That is why I am checking that whatever my minimum number in between this 12 and 18. In the previous case, it was 12 and 16. So minimum of this would be 12. Now, in this case, 12 and 18, I need to just loop through 1 to 12 only. That is why that means that for every case, I need to find the minimum of first and second number. है ना? Right? Yes, no? Yes? Correct? Correct? Okay. So, since I'm clear what is my starting condition, what would be my ending condition, and I need to check in between of this for every number that uh, the number the number should be divisible by 12 and 18 both in order to qualify for factor condition. Correct? ठीक है. So it is already covered. ठीक है. So now I will tell you how to go with this. Can I go with the implementation? Can I go with the implementation? How can you write this? That's pretty much simple. That's pretty simple if you understood this. है ना? Okay? ठीक है, ठीक है. So let me go with the implementation part. Let me go with the implementation part. So I will write by this way that I will first declare my first number. Let's say my first uh, number is like, or else I can say my first f num is 12. My second num is 16. Now, for this two, I need to find the HCF and GCD. You know, HCF or GCD, both are the same, so don't confuse in this. We have learned this in standard 6 to 10th, you know, in between of these two. As I can remember, I learned this in standard number 6, I think so. Okay, so we have declared this. Now I'll run through for let I is equals to 1. No? Later on, we will optimize this. Don't worry about this. Okay, now I need to find now I plus plus, what will be the condition here? Can anyone tell me what would be the condition here? 1 to which number I should iterate? 12, minimum of AB, right? Okay, but 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 minimum is not a function here. I need to write something else here. Okay, so I can check something like this way. I is less than equals to 12. I is less than equals to f num. Anyone else? Okay, so for every number I need to check something that this I should not exceed. I should less than or equals to f num, and I should less than or equals to s num. Can I check this? And if I'll check this, what will be the case? You can assume, right? Is it right? Is it right? है ना? ठीक है? So think about this, that if I'll loop this, if I'll encounter number 13, है ना? If I'll encounter number 13, then 13 is less than 12. It's wrong, right? So it will not anyway, this condition would be false. ठीक है? So this will anyway be executing by number 12 only, right? Right, Likit, we have already taken that na. Think about the number 13. So this number, minimum of this is 12 and 16, right? Think about the number 13. Okay, so 13 is less than f num, that is 12. That is correct or not? That is false, right? So this condition would entirely be false in that particular case. So we are anyway running our loop with the 1 to 12 only, है ना? ठीक है? So yes, so let's write again. Let's write inside the logic. It should not exceed, yeah, it will not exceed the number 12. Correct, that is correct. Now in this particular case, I'll write, if I'm entering in the loop, then I need to check whether this is a factor or not. How can I check this? How can I check this is a factor or not? By this condition, number modulo I equals to 0, है ना? If it's equals to 0, then I can tell that this will be my factor. ठीक है ना? So I need to check for both the numbers. So I will check whether my, yes, yes, Shivam got the point. I'll check if my f num modulo I is equals to 0. And what should I write here? What should I write here? S num modulo I equal to 0. Priyanshu, we should not write 2 na. We have to divide it with every other divisible that we are learning, that we are going through. Okay, so we have to develop a solution which will run in every cases, not just for one case. Okay, 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 cool. Now now we will something declare a variable called as like here we'll declare a variable called as result. Okay, so result, where mean, we'll look into it for now na? Where result equals to 0, I'm just declaring as of now, you know, initialize it with the 0. Now I'll declare result. If this both is true, then what should be the value of my result? What should be the value of my result here? Zero. How come it will be zero? I, right? It should be I, है ना? Correct. ठीक है. Okay. Everyone, wake up, wake up. Last value of I before loop gets terminated. Yes, yes, that is the point. That is why we have written the I. है ना? Now, think about this particular loop and the condition. Think about in your mind. Debug this in your mind. Like manually, you can also debug this, right? Okay. So let's just print this console.log result. Okay. Let's just clear it. Let's just run this. Answer will be 4. Verify it. Answer would be 4, right? I think so. We have already executed this. 2 and 4 will be the common factors. 2 and 4 would be the common factors, but the greater factor would be 4. That is something known as highest common factor or highest common greatest common divisor. Cool. Okay. Now in JavaScript there is also something called as if you no print the string, then you need to write this particular curly braces. Inside this you can write the dollar. If you want to print, like if you can write anything here, like the HCD, highest common SCF, or greatest common divisor of. Now you have to print the value of fnum and snum, right? So since you need to print the value, you need to write the dollar, open and close the curly braces, write the variable's name like fnum, and like write the variable's name nine, right, like this, dollar, open and closing curly braces, snum is the result part. Okay, so you need to write it in the dollar result. Okay. Okay, let's run this again. So see, this is printing the entire string in a proper way. The SCF or GCD of 12 and 16 is 4. Back backstick is not the apostrophe, right? No, it's not. See, in your keyboard above the tab, it's something known as tilt sign is there. So you need to press that. Why we are using the dollar symbol? See, this is the string, right? The SCF and GCD of this is a string. Now I need to print the variable, which is a dynamic value. So if you need to print any variable value, you need to print by dollar, opening the variable's name and the closing bracket. Okay, that is why we print this. Dollar is used for just printing the dynamic value inside the string. Okay, otherwise you need to concate the string like the way we did previously. But this is readability is proper. In this readability is proper, right? I can also write the write this by this way. See, I can also write this by this way. Instead of this particular bracket or colons, I can write something like this. SAD off. Then I click on plus. Na? Inside this, I can write the value of f name without writing this dollar. I can also again open and close the terminating string, and okay, something like this. I can do like this also. Now if I'm running the both thing concurrently, this is having plus, just a second, plus plus is plus result. Okay, this would be not there. Okay, see, the both are printing the same thing, right? So in that I need to give some space also. So I need to do like this. Cool. And for result also. Okay, ठीक है, can you see the both are printing the same thing, है ना? But this one is good, right? We don't have to bother about the syntax and all, where the closing bracket is, where the plus sign is, where we have to concate. This we not need not to care. Is it syntax to print the string? Yes, this one is the syntax to print the string. I will explain again. Okay, okay, we have option to use the inverted commas. Just follow one thing. Yes, we need to follow this thing. If you can also do this, but I would prefer to do this because this more like fancy way to do this. Okay. 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 I'll explain again this for those who didn't understand. See, you can print any string by concatenating also, by doing this also. Okay, if you want to use this, you already know how to print this, right? But if you want to print something like this, then if you encounter any variable such as here, if you print any variable, if you want to print any variable, you need to stop the string, you need to concate the variable, then you need to initiate the string again, then again you need to concate. Similarly here, if you need to print any variable, then you need to use the variable like something called as a dollar, then opening and closing curly braces, and then you need to print the variable name, है ना? Instead of this particular string double quotes, you need to initiate it by this way. The about tab, there is a symbol of the tilt. This is something known as called as a tilt symbol. ठीक है? Okay, cool. Now how can we find the LCF? That means lowest common factor. ठीक है? Can anyone tell me what should I make in order to find the LCF? ठीक है? Aradhya is perfectly fine. Let's say if I'll break this, first of all, what would be my common like LCF in between these two, 12 and 16? What will be my LCF? Can anyone tell me what will be my LCF in between the 12 and 16? 2, right? The maximum was 4. The minimum was what? 2. So in case of maximum, I need to iterate through 1 to 12. In case of minimum, after I will find first divisor that will be common in both two, that will be my minimum because I'm starting with the 1. Okay, so if I break the my statement after after finding the first common divisor between these two, that will be my lowest one. Am I right or not? Let's run this. It's stating 1, so you need to uh, by see 1 is anyway common between every numbers. Okay, so you need to start with 2. Okay, cool. So you can also start it with any other numbers if you want, है ना? You need to input any other numbers that you want. ठीक है, great Aradhya. See, you need to think like this way, है ना? Aradhya has point that you need to break. ठीक है, sir, take two numbers 7 and 15. Okay, so I'll take 7 and 15. So what should be my common factor in between these two? 1, right? Okay, 1, but it will not get printed 1 here because we are starting with 2. What should we do? We'll start from 1. Okay, but in other case, just as 12 and 16, it will give me the result as 1, right or not? Okay, so in that case we use else condition. Guys, think about it. What should we use? That's the great question that he has asked. So there's two options. There are two options of this. One of the options that I think so any one of you has suggested me, that initialize it with the 1, na? And here let I equals to 2. That will be fine, है ना? Yes or no? Yes or no? ठीक है. So if you want to check it with this, if you want to check it with this, ठीक है, let's check it with this. Are you confident enough that it would work or not? It would work or not? Let me just remove this. First, think about it in your mind that it would work or not in every cases, not for just 7 and 15. ठीक है. Vishal, we are making it 1 because every number will be divisible by 1. You can take any number. Jaslin, you are getting the logic of HCF? Yes. The result is reassigned. No, result will be not reassigned. No? It is I. I will be reassigned to 2, not result. Priyanshu, what if one of both number is 0? Okay, we'll check that. Right now, what will be the case? It will work or not? Let's check it. So 7 and 15 would be 1. That's true. Now we'll check with the 12 and 16. Okay. What would be the answer? What should be the answer? What should be the answer? 2. 2, right? Now, as some of one of the guys has suggested 12 and 0. What should be the answer? What should be the answer? Am I audible? Am I audible now? Am I audible? Okay. Okay. Cool. So what should be the answer in case of 12 and 0? Ideally, yeah, ideal, not in the from not from the code. Ideally, what should be the answer between the 12 and 0? People, are you online? Can you participate in that? What should be the answer of 12 and 0? Let's check it. Let's check it. Okay. Okay, I'll share my screen. Okay. Okay. Let's run this. Ideally, it will return now as 1. Am I audible? My screen is visible to everyone? है ना? Okay. So what should be the answer of LCM of 12 and 0 ideally? Can anyone tell me if they have learnt in no standard 6 or 10th? Everyone, see, if you don't know the answer, then you can also look into it. So LC, lowest common factor of any number like 10 and 0. Okay, okay. Let's check it. What is the LCM of 0? So the number can be 0 because anything multiplied or divided by 0 will always remain 0. That means that every number's LCM will be equal to 0, and that's why we exclude 0. Can you see this? Can you see this? So by looking at this, what is the LCM of 8 and 0? And it's 0, right? So any of the number would be 0. It would be anyway 0 only, right? So you need to check here. You need to check here. So we can also check it here, है ना? That before this executing any loop, we'll first check if my first num uh, or s num, है ना? If my first num is equals to 0 or s num is equals to 0, then I need to return what? Return, or I need to assign result as 0, right? And if this is not true, then and then only I need to go in this and execute in the block. Will it will it work? Will it work? है ना? ठीक है? If I don't have to check it, okay, first let's just check it with this. Then I will optimize this. ठीक है? Can I check it? But then can I do this by this? Can I implement this by this way? Yes. Let's check it. So LCM of 12 and 0 is 0. LCM of 12 and 16 uh, would be 2. Okay, Jasleen, I am explaining the. Okay, so you got the logic of SCF. So SCF is what? We got the factor between this 2 and 4. For SCF, that means the highest common factor. What is the highest value between these two? 4. But what is the minimum value between these two? LCF, that means lowest common factor, that will be 2. So we are finding this 2. Okay, okay. LCF, sorry, I'm mistakenly calling this LCM. We are finding LCF, lowest common factor. Okay, yes sir, but to keep result 0, then I guess we do not need if else. Okay, so he's asking me to put as 0. Okay, okay. So this LCF, if I remove this and this, okay, and I'm taking my input as 7 and 15 or any prime number, है ना? Just what would be my output in this? What would be my output in this? Okay, I equals to 1. Okay, okay. What would be my output in this? You can also check it now. We also gone through with this earlier. Let's check it. 7 and 15 would be 1. Okay. What would be my output in this, like 12 and 16? LCF. Let's check it. It's returning 1. It should be written true now. It should return true. 2, 1 or 2. It should return 1 or 2. It should return 1 or 2. Okay. You don't know. Okay. See, this is no, this is taught in your standard 6th or 10th, है ना? 6th to 10th we got this, but still for you guys, let's check it, है ना? LCM of 7 and 15, ठीक है? Let's check it. I will not waste much time in between this. LCM will be 1, है ना? Find greatest dividend will be 15, and least common factor is LCF, that is also 1, है ना? So, see, if you have observed clearly, I have written this 12 into 1 also and 16 into 1 also. Okay? So, the common factor between any of those any two number would anyway 1 to hoga hi. है ना? Between any of the two numbers, 1 would be the factor between the common two. So, LCF f of any two numbers would be 1. Yes, yes. Aradhya, you there? Cool. Okay, so you can optimize our logic now. Okay, now you can think of na that if you have the logic, then you can implement it by code. You are pretty much confident in that. Okay, you can change the code, है ना? You could share the logic of LCM. Uh, LCM will see, Jasleen. First of all, we are focusing on LCF right now, so please understand that. Okay, okay, else will understand it in just two or three problems away. Okay, am I right? Okay, everyone agrees with me. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see the code. So they have declared two numbers, SC first number, second number. They have checked I less than equals to first number, I less than equals to second number. If this is both are true, that means it will anyway check the minimum number of these two, right or not? Right or not? Yes. Okay. They have started with the one because it will work on the like both the values. Okay. So first value divided by iterator, that will be I equal to 0, and second value will also be 0. This both are divisible by the iterator, then our escape value or result would be the iterator. You know, cool. Okay, right? Okay, yes, no. Okay, okay. So I'll just go in that. Mm, this one. I'm sharing the code in the chat. We'll solve and we'll brainstorm every problems, है ना? So that everyone's mind will be open, है ना? ठीक है? Otherwise, it will be monotonous. So code would show undefined error for 0. Yes, yes. So you need to handle the condition of 0 as well, है ना? Because we have started with the 1, है ना? So you need to handle that condition as well, either by initializing the value with 0 or anything else, or you can also put the if condition that we have put in the previous scenario. Can you do this, or do you want the help of mine? ठीक है ना? Got it? Okay, fine. ठीक है. चलो. Okay, fine. So in this particular case, we have already looked upon these functions. We will not go into that. Okay. So now, yesterday I told you to write the program to reverse the string, right? You remember? One of you guys have asked me to how to write the palindrome number, and I explained you what is a palindrome number. In that, the main logic was this: reverse a string, and I told you that we'll learn it in the Monday's class. Yes, no? Everyone? So everyone till this point, everyone is clear? Yes, no? I'm creating a poll. Click on yes or no. If you have any doubt, click on no. Okay. So for the 15% of people, can you please tell me what is the doubt of yours? I'll be more than happy to help you. Can you please post your doubt? Okay, yeah, we will, yeah, we are focusing on reversing the string. Okay. So um okay, ठीक है. See, so reverse the string is the one of the main fundamental thing. So if you are working with the JavaScript libraries, then you will anyway reverse the string by using the function called reverse. Now it's pretty simple, but we should not use it. Like for now, we will not use it, but in actual scenario, we will obviously use this. But you need to understand the logic as well, right? So if I can tell you, then my name is Vishal. Okay, let's say for an example, let's take an example of Vishal. So we need to reverse the string. Na? So I need output as LAHSIV. I need this output. So how can I get this output? That is what my question. That is what my question is. Okay. Can I even tell me about the logic? No ASCII value. No ASCII values. Yes. So he has a point. Vasu has a point. Vasu says get the length of the string and start loop from the length minus 1 to 0 and concat. Correct. It's one of the most expected answer. That's great, Vasu. You are thinking in the right way. See what Vasu is saying. That sir, first, see this string is anyway a character of like array of characters. So what is array? Array, that means a combination of multiple things. You know, you can think about it. So see what is character? Character, that means like anything like A, B. This is a character. You know? So combination of this character is what? A string. You know? So this string is what? A combination of character only. Correct or not? Right? Right? Okay. Okay. So now what we will do? We will find the length of this string. Let's say 3 and 3, 6. Okay. So length of the string would be 6. So you can find the length of the string using the so if you have the string called as str equals to Vishal. So if you do str dot length, and then it will give you the length of the string. Okay, dot length function dot length property would be give you the length of the string. Let's say 4 plus 2, that means 6. It will give you the 6. Okay, let's share my screen. Let me share my screen. I'll tell you in brief. Okay, so if I click on let's say if I have a string, let's say str is equals to Vishal. Okay, okay. If I do console dot log str dot length. Okay, okay, returning me what? 6. Okay. So what Vasu is saying that we will start, or else you, if you want this character S, है ना? If you just want the character S, then see, this string is the array of character that I already told, right? And this will be starting from 0. So for an example, the if your string is Vishal, then this is the array of character. This is the array of character. Array, that means the combination of many things, na? So here the combination of string, that is the array here, है ना? ठीक है. So it has an index. So yes, the index of V would be 0, index of I would be 1, index of S would be 2, H would be 3, A would be 4, L will be 5. Cool. ठीक है. So if you try to access, so if you have stored the Vishal in str, and if you want to access this string number like character number 2, then you need to access it by 2 like this. If you do this, you will get the value of S. Cool. Any doubt till this point? No, we have not covered the concept of arrays and string, but I am just explaining the basics of it so that we can solve the reverse the string problem. Nilanjan, I'm explaining again. If you have the like any string is a array of character, है ना? So any string you take, then a string is equals to array of character. Array, that means a set of character, है ना? So this Vishal is a set of character here. Yes, no, right? But what I'm telling you now is if you want to access any single character in between of this Vishal string, yeah, this string Vishal, then you need to access it by this bracket. Inside this, you need to put the character number. It will always start with 0. Okay? So 0 to 5, that means 6 total character. That is why str dot length gave you 6. Okay? If you want to access any specific character called as 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, you need to press it. It will give you the output. Let's say for an example, if I want to access it, character number 5. Okay, so I'll run it. Okay, just a second, the syntax is not cool. Cert. Okay, this one. Okay, so see, it is giving me what? L, you know. If I'm giving you the 2, it's giving me what? S, right? Clear? Nilanjan, clear? So what Vasu is saying now, that sir, we can access this string by this way. So why not? Why not? We will iterate our loop till the from the end of the point here. From here, we'll take each and every character. Suppose we will take now character L, then we'll take character of A, we'll take character of H. We'll combine all of this. It will be our output only, है ना? Similarly, S and I, है ना? ठीक है? So can you do this? Logic is clear. What is meant by what is expected by this? Logic is clear. ठीक है ना? Right? Okay. So let's try to do this. ठीक है ना? So first of all, we will take the example of string, है ना? So we'll take Vishal. Yeah. Now tell me what should I do? You will tell me now. No? You will tell me now what should I do now. ठीक है? What should I do now? Here, from here, loop. Correct. We'll initiate a loop. Okay. I'll take the value of no str character, string character is equals to, when should I start? Where should I initialize it? See, if I initialize with 0, that means I will get the character of V, but I want the character of L. Okay. So where should I initialize it? See, this is my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should initialize it with the fifth number. Okay, that means string dot length is 6. 6 minus 1 would be fifth. So I can get it. So in this case, I can get it with str dot length minus 1, right? So that I can get the value of L, है ना? Right? Right? Okay. Now in my condition part, where should I stop? Where should I stop? Where should I stop here? Where should I stop? Everyone. I want answer from everyone. है ना? It's okay that little bit we complete our class little bit late today, but we should complete this. है ना? It is pretty much enjoying session. Okay. So you can learn something new out of this as well. So when should we stop? So since we are starting with the end of the point, we should stop when we get our character that is last, that will be 0. है ना? So I should stop when my character, that is str character, is greater than or equals to 0. Can I do this? Can I do this or not? What's properly? Huh? What I've written. What's proper with the condition? Condition should be clear. See, watch it properly. Okay. Okay. Now, what should be my increment or decrement part? Minus minus, right? So I'll do str character minus minus, right? Right or not? Okay. Inside this, what should I do? What should I do? So here I will initialize a new string called as updated str is equals to empty right now. Okay. Okay. Now what should I write here if I want to write? It's not dollar. No, it's not dollar. Where should I wrote dollar? I should wrote dollar assigned to updated str character. Now what should I write here? So I will get now uh, str of str character. है ना? If I'll do this, let's console this, है ना? Let's console this first. What we are getting here. So if I console this, that this str character inside this str, then see I'm getting my string in reverse order, LAHSIV, है ना? That means I just need to concate it in my string, right? है ना? So every time I'm getting the reverse order, but I just need to uh, display it properly, right or not? है ना? ठीक है? So what will I do now? Instead of this console.log, since I have initialized the updated string here, I will update my string as update str is equals to plus equals to this one. It will do my job or not? Let's check it. After this, we will check console.log update here. Okay, let's check it if it's return me true or not. Okay, you can check it like it's return me true value. Okay, now Nilanjan is saying y plus or equals to. So Nilanjan, can I do like this? Updated value is equals to updated string plus string of this one. Can I do this? है ना? So it's a better way to write it. Like here I have repeated it, है ना? So better way to write it is updated str plus equals to str of str1. It is equals to. It is the same way. Yeah, you can got it right. You can get it. It's the same way to write it like this. Str updated str is equals to updated str plus this one. Okay? Okay? Yeah, that is concatenation. Correct. Yeah, there is append. We are appending it. Cool. Okay? And see your output would be the same. Cool. Okay. Now instead of this all, since I have written this in a proper, not in a proper way, just no to uh, okay, what, okay, Hariharan, if you want to see what does this mean, first of all let me just copy this and paste it in the code, है ना? So wait, so that we cannot forget it to give you okay, this one paste. Okay, uh, okay. Now, Hariharan, for you, I'm explaining why we have written this str of strchar. Okay. Now, in this particular case, if you have observed, then if I'm accessing str of 2, what it was giving me, the index of 0, 1, 2, that means as character. Yes, no, Hariharan, right? है ना? Similar way, I need the every character here. That means I need as LAHSIV, right? Right? है ना? Right or not? So for that I have started my initialization of loop from the end of the character. That means str dot length minus one character. I have gone through to till the end of the character, that is first character of my string, and I'm reversing my string so that I have given minus minus. And if you console this here, console dot log is str, that means your string of your str character, that means the value, that means 5 4 3 2 1, है ना? So first of all, you are clear with this LAHSIV, right? Now if you just want to see what is the value inside this str character, right? So str is anyway Vishal, but str character is what, your index. That means it will get return you what, 5 4 3 2 1 0. Okay, so 5 would be str of 5 would be what? So if you just need to see what is the value of str of 5, है ना? So it will be anyway L only, है ना? See L only, right? ठीक है. Similarly, if I need every character, that is why I wrote str of str character. I hope I am clear now, right? है ना? Is there any negative indexing in chess? Yeah, you have negative indexing, but that is not proper way, है ना? No, through the negative indexing you can say that the string is negative, like it's not having any value, but string can have negative value, है ना? ठीक है? But yeah, if string is like this way, it will not have any negative case, है ना? It will just have 0 1 2. It will just start with 0. Any string would be start with 0. No, str of -1 would be not there. How str underscore car equals to, what is this, Yunus? Can you explain me? Indexing start from 0. Yes, indexing will start always from 0. We can concate str of str character. Yes, we done this only, na, uh, in this case. So I have not updated the code. In this particular case, we our code was this, है ना? So see, we have concatenated our updated string here. Am I clear? Yunus, uh, str underscore car minus minus. Okay, str underscore character. Okay, I was not going that. So str underscore character minus minus. That means first of all you have taken the character L. Now you want to character. You need to take character of A. That means L was at the fifth position. A is at the fourth position. H is at the third position. Similarly, V is at the zeroth position. Right, right. So that is why we have started with the fifth one, and we will minus our indexing. That means 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then 0. That is why we have put this minus minus here. Am I clear, Yunus? Now, cool. ठीक है. I hope I'm clear. I'm pretty much clear with this particular problem. Yeah, if you run this, you can have the answer of this. Cool. ठीक है. Okay. Oh, Hariharan, which was your question? Okay. Okay. So sorry. Why str is greater than equal to 0 instead of str character equal to 0 in loop? Okay. Okay. Got it. So if you just do str character is equals to 0. Okay. So right now, what is my str character in initialization? है ना? Str dot length minus 1 is what? Can you answer me here? And str dot character length minus 1 would be giving me what? 5, right? Now, if you check the condition, 5 is equals to 0 or not? No, right? So it will not enter in the loop. Cool. ठीक है. So you need to think on this way only, है ना? Great that you have thought about this. ठीक है. At least you have asked. Many of guys here is not asking the question, है ना? At least you have asked. That is appreciable. That's great. Cool. ठीक है. Up to this point, am I clear? Any doubt? No. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. It won't consider zero index, right? No, it will consider, because we have put str greater than or equal to, if you have seen, right? No? Okay. Now, this is a program of to find the largest number among the three numbers. I think so. We did this in the earlier class. In the previous class, I think so. We did it, right? Yes. Is it okay, guys? To if I will explain, if I'll extend the lecture pretty much, like 20 to 30 minutes more. 20 minutes would be okay, or if you know, right? ठीक है. ठीक है. No problem. No problem. We'll start with this point tomorrow. So at this point, I think so. We have already did, right. Largest among three numbers. We did it, right. है ना? Cool. ठीक है. So we will start tomorrow from this question. ठीक है. So I'll just explain you the question. You just think about it, and we'll start tomorrow. Sorry, Wednesday. Cool. ठीक है. So what I mean is, if you have the number as 153, ठीक है. So I want the answer as sum of all digit of a number. That means 5 plus 1 plus 3. That means 6 plus 3 9. I want the answer as 9. ठीक है. Okay. Okay. So I want something like this. So you need to think how we can implement this, है ना? You can think this is not a string anyway. This is a number. This is a number. This is not a string, है ना? So please don't think that we'll separate one, we'll separate five, we'll separate three from the string and we'll add it. Instead of this, you need to separate the number from the number. है ना? 153 is a number. You need to separate 1, 5, and 3, and you need to add it. Cool. Okay. How we can do it? We'll see in the another lecture. But for now, I think so. Everyone is clear up to this point. Everyone. Cool. Okay, I'm clicking on. I'm creating a poll. Please click on true if you don't have any doubt, and please click on false if you have. So we'll explain it in tomorrow's upcoming lecture. Okay, what is the logic? We'll see this. We'll see this, and I hope today's lecture was bit informative to you. I have worked on. No, I try to explain it well, but okay. Okay. So the hint is a simple that by anything by any way you can separate a number by any way you can separate you have to separate a number 3. Okay, this is a variable of sum. Okay, right now it is a 0. So if you can able to separate this number 3 by anything by any logic, you need to store it in 3. Okay, then you have to separate this number 5. You need to, like, now the value of 0 would be like sum would be 3 because I have stored it 3 here, right? We need to separate the value of 5 here. 5 needs to concatenate here. So that means sum is equals to sum plus whatever the value comes from here. Na? Okay? So that means val. Na? So right now, before it was 3, right now it's 5. So now it will do 5, 3 plus 5, that will be 8. Now you need to separate the value of 1 here. You need to add into the sum variable. That means 8 plus 1, that would be 9. So from this, you will get your answer. Okay? How you can implement this, I will explain it. But you need to think how you can separate this every character every number from the big number. Cool. Up to this point, am I clear? So this is not a operation of array, this is not a based on array. We will not use array here, है ना? We will not use array here. Okay, I know that this is not explained in your class, the arrays, because arrays is a vast concept. It's a base of the DSA also, so we'll have many lectures based on arrays, है ना? ठीक है? This is not a string, Nilanjan. This is not a string. This is a number. 153 is a number. So you need to separate the number 3 from this big number. Okay? This is not a string, so we cannot use str.length here. Str.length can only be applied in the string format. Okay? Okay? But up to this point, everyone is clear with me? Up to this problem? है ना? I will explain this problem in next class, but up to this problem, I need everyone to be clear. है ना? Okay? Great. Chalo, ठीक है. So we'll meet at Wednesday at the same time. We'll complete all this and we'll move forward to the advanced problems that will be also based on this only. है ना? Okay. Okay. ठीक है. चलो. Good night and have a great day ahead. Have a great night. Sorry. Okay. So we'll meet at Wednesday. I hope today's class was clear and bit informative as well. Can you send this problem screenshot? Okay. So now, you can just you can just take the uh, the text from this, like create the problem. Okay, let me just send it with you. Just a second. I have this PDF opened. I think so. Mm, okay, so this is the your particular question. Okay, I have posted it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, PDF is also available, right? Okay, so you can go through that as well. Okay, na? Okay. So everything is clear up to this point. I'm repeating again and again because I don't want anyone to be, go outside of this class except like without understanding these concepts. You know, we'll come back at Wednesday. If you have any doubt, any problem, please ask. ठीक है ना? ठीक है, चलो. Good night, and we'll meet at Wednesday once more. Come back with prepared mode, and yeah, goodbye. Practice more and more. Okay, yeah, bye. ठीक है, welcome. We can't. Uh, okay, I'll tell you Nilanjan about this. Okay, in the next lecture, I'll explain this. Okay, yeah. So good night. Thank you for attending for your time and for attending the session. You know, I'll expect that you will practice more and more from your dashboard from any other source. You will do R&D and you will learn properly. Cool. Okay. All right. Okay. Goodbye. Bye.